right, I'm starting with my eyelids that I'm gonna prime with MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I already did my eyebrows. That's just boring to me, so I just skipped right on through that, and we're gonna start with the eyes. And so I'm picking up with a Morphe M511 brush, a little bit of Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, and I'm putting that all over my lid, just setting that primer. This will make sure that all the eyeshadows that we're gonna be putting on the lid are gonna stay nice and blended and they don't look patchy or choppy or anything like that. Now I'm gonna pick up a MAC 217 brush with a little bit of eyeshadow called Frappe. This is also a Makeup Geek eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna work this shade into the crease up towards the eyebrow bone in windshield wiper motions, blending it in circular motions, just making sure everything is nice and blended. I want a more rounded shape to my eye. I tend to bring the eyeshadow a little bit farther up on the outer part of my eye, but I really wanted to keep this rounded. So that's why I'm taking that brush and just going up and down on the outer part of my eye and then bringing it into the crease and making sure that it's nice and blended. And that's gonna create more of a rounded shape, especially if you, in the inner part of your eye, if you bring that eyeshadow a little bit higher towards the brow bone and in the inner and outer corner, taking it lower, that's gonna create a more rounded shape. And then I'm just taking a Sigma E40 brush and making sure that this is all blended. It doesn't have any additional product on it. Now with any pencil brush, I'm just gonna take the very point and dip it into Bitten, which is another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. It's so pretty. It's just like this red wine, like burgundy red. It's so rich. I love this color. But I'm basically gonna do the same thing that I was doing with Frappe. I just want this to be a little bit more precise, and that's why I'm using a pencil brush. But I'm just putting this in the crease and working it back and forth in windshield wiper motions and really making sure the inner and outer corner are nice and rounded. If you have hooded eyes, which hooded eyes means that the top part of your eyelid kind of folds over the bottom part of your lid, you want to make sure that you're defining crease. So that's what I'm really doing here. I'm packing on that Bitten color and really sculpting out my crease and defining it. But I'm just taking a little bit of Frappe on that 217 brush and making sure everything's blended out. Now we're gonna jump into the lid color. I'm so excited. I'm taking Coppering by MAC on a MAC 242 brush, and I'm just putting this on the lid and pushing it down and making sure I'm not going past the crease. We're going to be using a pigment by MAC as well. So what I really like to use is I like to find an eyeshadow that's very similar to the pigment, and I feel like it kind of creates more depth when I put the eyeshadow underneath the pigment. So that's why I'm putting Coppering on. Now I'm taking Too Faced glitter glue, and I'm going to put a thin coat right on top of where I put Coppering. This is going to help ensure that the loose pigment doesn't have a lot of fallout throughout the day, and it's going to give this really cool texture to the loose pigment. And I am taking MAC Rose Loose Pigment. It's a beautiful rose gold, copper, warm shade. I love it. It's my absolute favorite loose pigment that MAC has. Now with a little bit of Bitten on that same pencil brush, I'm just going to pack this shade in the inner and outer corner to create a more rounded shape. Now, with no additional product on that MAC 217 brush, I'm just making sure that everything's blended. I'm using an e.l.f. black gel liner to line the top part of my lids. This is just prepping for the false lashes because my false lashes that I'm going to use has a thicker band. And I'm using a MAC 263 flat angled brush. And if you've never used this brush to apply like winged liner or any type of liner with gel, it's going to change your life. I can't wait to like go do like an in-depth winged tutorial because I'm going to talk all about this brush. It's just amazing. Okay, so you could just leave it be, put on mascara and call it a day, but I'm crazy. I love me some false lashes, so I'm going to apply House of Lashes Pixie Luxe. They are fluffy, a little bit on the natural side. They are very long, but I don't know. I just love these lashes. I also love the company House of Lashes. They are just awesome. The quality of the lashes for the price is just amazing, and I feel like I own every single style, so that's why I always use House of Lashes. They're just amazing. I love them. I will say this style, Pixie Lux, was a little bit harder to glue down the ends, but I think it was just because it was a new pair, so I'm pretty sure that's why it was a little bit harder. But I'm picking up Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer Primer. This has a green tone to it, so it's going to cancel out any redness that you might have on your skin, which is amazing. Now I'm going to take the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. A lot of YouTubers have been raving about this. You want to really warm it up on your skin, make sure that it's nice and tacky, so you really just want to massage it nicely into your skin. But this stuff's $5, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I have seen a difference with the longevity of my foundation, so that's good, I guess. With the Makeup Forever HD foundation, I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender and bounce this on my face. Not buff it, I just want to bounce this on my face because I feel like it goes on better when you just bounce it on the face. So that's why I like to use a damp beauty blender when I'm using the Makeup Forever HD foundation. So I felt like my foundation was a little bit too dark. So I look crazy now, but I took the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer and I applied a lighter shade under my eyes, on my forehead, on my chin, and then I took a much darker one and put it right on top, and I put it down the bridge of my nose. And right there, I felt like I looked like Rihanna's underboob. Do you see that? Her underboob tat. And so, yeah, I had to make fun of myself. But I'm taking that same damp beauty blender and I'm blending that out. And once it's all blended, you can definitely tell that my face has gotten lighter. So if you do feel like your foundation is a little bit darker than your neck or anything like that, you can just take a lighter concealer. And it does look crazy at first, but if you blend it out, everything's okay. So, yeah. All right, now I'm going to take the Smashbox Contour and Highlighter pencils. This is the bronze pencil, and I'm going to just carve out my cheekbones, bronze up my forehead, and my jawline. And this product is really easy to blend out. I was actually really shocked, but I really do like this Smashbox contour sticks. Like, they really are great, but I'm just going to take that same beauty blender and really blend it out. And I don't know if you can kind of tell, but I just felt like it really, really blended. But you really want to make sure when you're blending the high points of your cheekbone, you don't want to go underneath the cheekbone. You kind of want to roll it up and blend it up. And I'm just going to blend my forehead, my jawline, all that jazz. Okay, so now I'm going to contour my nose. When I contour my nose, I really only like to do it just to bring a little bit of color to the center of my face. But I'm going to talk a little bit about how I kind of structure out my nose. And I never do this, but I just decided to do it in this video. You want to bring the contour in a little bit skinnier, especially towards the bottom, because my nose is a little bit wider, and that's why I like to do that. I'm going to do a more in-depth contour video, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to talk through it. I'm not going to do a voiceover, and I feel like that's going to kind of work out a little bit better. Now I'm going to pick up the Becca Skin Perfecting Highlighter Cream, and this one is the Moonstone. I'm going to put it at the tops of my cheekbones, on the bridge and on the tip of my nose, and on my Cupid's bow. I love using cream highlighters. They make me look so naturally, like, dewy. It's amazing. I love it, love it, love it. Now I'm going to pick up the Ben Nye setting powder. It's the banana one. It's really yellow, so it's going to have this nice radiant glow to your face. And I'm going to put it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, and on my chin, basically everywhere that you concealed. This is going to set it and make sure that nothing creases and your makeup doesn't like slip and slide throughout the day. Now with the Smashbox Contour Pencil, I use the bronze one. This one's the contour one. Right where I did the bronzer, I'm just going to put it right underneath, and then I'm going to put the bronzer closer on my cheekbones. And I'm going to take that damp beauty blender and really just kind of, you can kind of see how I'm rolling it upwards. And that's going to help make sure that nothing goes farther below your cheekbones, because that's when you can kind of look more like chubby in the face. So you want to keep those cheekbones nice and high when you're doing the contour. Picking up the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. In this one is the bronze one. I'm going to take it on the Morphe E4 brush, and I'm just going to put this right on my cheekbones and act as like a blush, but I'm not going to put a blush on just because I wanted the focus to be more on the eyes. This is just going to kind of bring out a nice glow to your skin, a nice luminous, beautiful glow. Now I'm going to take the Becca Champagne Pop. This is one of my favorite highlighters. It's by a YouTuber called Jaclyn Hill. I am sure you've heard of her. She's amazing, but I'm going to put this on the tops of my cheekbones and above my eyebrow to just kind of create a halo of highlighter around my eye just because I love highlighter. And I'm going to put it down the bridge of my nose and on my Cupid's bow as well.
Move it all around, move it all around. Pump it up and down, pump it up and down.
Okay, now I'm going to pick up a kohl liner by MAC. This is called Costa Reach, and I'm going to put that in my waterline and kind of drag it underneath my bottom lashes. And then I'm going to take a pencil, not a pencil brush, this is just a flathead brush, and I'm going to buff that out. Okay, now with the pencil brush and a little bit of bitten, I want to make sure that those outer parts of my eye are nice and rounded, so I'm going to start there and really round that out and then bring that down underneath and really buff it out. With the pencil brush, I'm just really saturating the inner corner and blending it underneath the lash line with that bitten shade. It's so important to blend. Look at the difference between both those eyes when you don't really buff the lower lash line out. I mean, your eyes just go a whole nother level, if you know what I mean. It makes your eyes look bigger, more sultry. So if you like that kind of look, you really, really, really want to buff out that lower lash line. Now, on a different pencil brush, I'm taking that Champagne Pop highlighter that we used on our cheekbones, and I'm going to put it in the inner corner and on my brow bone. And then just coating my bottom lashes with some mascara. And then I took a little bit of that coppering eyeshadow that we used underneath that pigment, and I put it just underneath the center part of the bottom lash line. I just felt like it needed a little pop. I'm using a ColourPop lip liner to line my lips. It's called Bound. It's just this really like natural mauve-y lip color. I love it. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I wear it all the time. I wanted to keep my lips more nude, so I'm putting MAC Myth right on top of that. And then on top of that, I'm putting on a Marc Jacobs lip gloss, which is called French Tickler, which is a crazy-ass name, but I love it anyways. And then I'm setting my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. See you guys.